This is Sky News with Eamon Holmes.
We're live to Heathrow Airport very shortly on this, what is predicted to be the busiest day in the airport's history. But first of all, it is the rail network, and it's getting its biggest boost since Victorian times. £9 billion being injected into projects across England and Wales. Routes will be electrified, faster trains introduced, and unused lines reopened, as Adele Robinson now reports.
For brothers Reg and Mick, tending their rail-side garden has been a peaceful business for decades. That could all change, with £9 billion worth of investment in rail routes.
If they get it going, it'll be well used. I think it should do, really, because the roads are terrible in the mornings.
The government's looking to electrify some lines and reopen others. Like this one. This is the old Varsity line linking Oxford and Cambridge. It used to be known as the Brain Train. It's thought this new investment could herald its resurrection nearly 50 years after it was shut down. For the two brothers who've lived in the station house for over 65 years, it would be a welcome return.
Structure's here.
That's right.
I say it just wants going again.
Going through, yeah.
Hey, what's it is? It's just clearing the vegetation.
That's it.
New track down.
But this is just one small part of a bigger plan for after the next general election. The Midlands main line route between St Pancras, the East Midlands and Sheffield would be electrified, as well as the Great Western Line from London to Swansea, an upgrade of parts of the East Coast main line from London to the North East, and a new northern hub around Manchester. A hub creating more services across the north.
This is the biggest expansion in our railways since the Victorian era. It's good for the economy, it'll create jobs, it'll help close the north-south divide in our country. It's good for the environment, it creates a cleaner way of getting around the country. And of course it'll benefit millions of railway passengers in the future who will be able to rely on clean, efficient, punctual trains.
But the money has to come from somewhere, and there are concerns passengers will pay.
The price of the train ticket should actually reflect the service that we're getting. So if the journeys are quicker, the transport's easier to get onto, the facilities in the station are better, then it's justified. But at the moment we're paying an extortionate amount of money for not a very good service.
If it costs money to keep it improving and keep it running, then it costs money. You've got to get it from somewhere. You can't expect, if we don't pay it with a train fare, we've got to pay it with the taxes. Improvements
would mean more services become faster, possibly more expensive. For others, it may simply mean the awakening of old ties. Adele Robinson, Sky News.
Well, what difference will all of this make? There's Darren Little. Leicester Station is your stop-off point there, Darren. Talk us through the effects that these proposals will have there.
Well, local MPs of all colours have been calling for this for quite some time, not just here in Leicester, but throughout the East Midlands, particularly in Nottingham. As you can see, the two platforms which are affected are the ones to my right, platforms 2 and 3. Platform 2 is about to receive a train going to Sheffield. That's as far as we expect the electrification to go. Platform 3 is the train to St Pancras in London, and already people have been queuing up there waiting to get their trains south. The electrification at the moment only starts at Bedford all the way to London, but this will make a significant difference. And the local MPs have been crying out for this because they say this is what this region needs. It's this kind of investment in infrastructure which will mean that it's quicker, it's a more comfortable journey to and from London, and it really should make a difference to this region. Of course, it's going to take quite some time to do such major work, but nevertheless they say this is a signal of intent, and certainly the Deputy Prime Minister, who clearly will benefit from this, his constituency at the end of that electrification line as well, he knows that this is a good idea for further north as well.
Darren, thank you. This is a theme running throughout the programme this morning, just wanting to know what you think of all of this, and the announcement itself is going to be made by both David Cameron, and you heard Darren talking about Nick Clegg there as well. It's going to be live here, Sky News, 10:30 this morning. Reactions so far is what, Charlotte?
Yes, I think it's a good reaction that people are obviously thinking they would like the rail network to be modernised. Kev is one of them, but he says, where will the £9 billion come from? There's a lot of concern about how it will be funded and also how that could impact on ticket prices. Alan Deeming says ticket prices need to come down. It's cheaper to fly to London from Newcastle than use the train, which is crazy. And that's a point that Fred makes as well. The coalition must address keeping train fares reasonable, otherwise investing in rail will be futile. So I guess The point is that however much they spend on improving the railway network, if prices then go up, fewer people are going to want to use it.
Well, transport's so important to us. Heathrow Airport today, very, very busy day for them. And why is that, Charlotte?
Because athletes are starting to arrive from today for